Hello, everyone, and welcome to episode number 13 of
Chet and Mike's Ultimate Tennis Podcast.
Mike
No,
and
Mike and
Chet.
Chet's. Yeah, the
But
older guy goes first.
yeah, you got to have respect for your
Yeah,
elders. So
respect on
it's
this.
good.
It's a
Yeah,
respectful website. It's a respectful podcast.
that's right.
All right, guy, let me repeat that again for the listeners. Mike and Chet's Ultimate Tennis Podcast. Right?
Repeat it again for the listeners. Yeah,
Yeah, okay, got it.
yeah, that's the new name. Mike and Chet's Ultimate Tennis Podcast.
Perfect.
Just
Easy.
one more time for the listeners, though. Mike and Chet's.
Ultimate Tennis Podcast.
That's right. That's
That's
right.
teamwork. That's called teamwork.
Yeah, and the
Important
reason
in
being is
doubles.
just because there's so many baseline banters, right? We want people to easily find our
That's
podcast and
correct. Yeah,
just,
when I started looking it up, there's all kinds of basketball ones and some
yeah,
other tennis
which are
ones.
more popular than
But
ours.
they're not going to not going to duplicate this.
Yeah, so we gotta, so I don't think, yeah, I don't think there's going to be any other podcast called Mike and Chet's Ultimate Tennis Podcast.
Yep.
And if they come along, we're not going to change our name. We'll compete
Right,
against them.
exactly. That's it. This is it.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay.
All right. So some interesting things happening. We see our boy Vachereau turning into a super weapon on the Pro Tour. We have Vienna results in Sinner beating Alcaraz, and then we have the Paris tournament going on right now, which we have some great, I believe, quarterfinals matches tomorrow. And I tried to purchase Tennis TV to watch them because I'm not going to be around a regular TV, regular cable TV tomorrow. I tried to purchase it. They need to confirm my postal code with my card. So I tried like a bunch of different postal codes. I have no clue which postal code is linked to my card. So that didn't work. And then I tried to get TSN Plus, and then that didn't work either because there was something going on with my card because I guess I tried to purchase Tennis TV a bunch of times and then they flagged my card and I couldn't purchase TSN Plus. So I must just try to go around to some places that have a TV tomorrow to try to see some of these matches because we got a great lineup tomorrow.
Yeah. So speaking of Vachereau, we've talked about him before.
Yeah,
And it's really interesting because he had to play his cousin again,
yeah.
beat him again in three sets. And but it's interesting because we talked about the fact that they're all good and you just need to get some confidence. And he got some confidence by winning that tournament. Now he just beat somebody good, Cam Norrie, right?
Cam Norrie just beat Alcaraz.
Yeah, yeah.
That's a big win.
I mean, that would be a dark horse to win this one.
Vashra, I mean, what did we predict? We predicted he'd be out first round, remember?
Yep, that's right. Which often happens.
Which often
You
happens.
win the
But
big one, but
like,
the other way.
I don't know. Vashra's just climbing. He's gonna face Felix next, which obviously we're rooting for Felix, but you know, the way Vashra's playing could
Well,
do it.
he just beat, so it's no fluke because he just beat Cam Norrie, who's a very good, solid player.
Yeah.
So I don't know. I think it's a toss-up between him and Felix.
Cam Norrie, by the way, I don't know how closely you've watched his game. He has no topspin on his backhand.
Just flat, flat
Just
backhand.
flat, and that's the story of his game is he's kind of an unorthodox kind of style. And but man, if he could add that piece, topspin backhand, I mean Cam Norrie, you're dealing with a guy who could be easily top 10, but he's just too big of a weakness not to be able to put topspin on your backhand at that level.
Yeah, I agree.
I mean, what is that? How do you get to that level and not have a topspin backhand?
I guess you can. I mean, in
Like
the old
all the
days,
rest of
everybody
his
hit
game, I
flat.
guess.
You go back, a while, and everybody hit flat. If you're good enough at it, it's a great shot
Yeah.
because it's just a little more unreliable because it has to go too low over the net.
Yeah, for sure. for
but
sure. I mean,
okay.
you were more of a flat hitter, right?
I was more of a slice backhand.
Oh, more of a slice backhand, but like you would chip at it probably
I
more.
would chip and slice, and if somebody came to the net, I would drive it flat, not topspin.
Yeah,
But that was it. I mean, I decided early. I mean, it's too difficult for me to change. And
right,
I don't have enough time. I mean, we're talking about days when I only played in the summer. We
right,
didn't play. We
right.
played squash or something else in the winter months.
Yeah.
All right, so that's it for him. We'll see
I mean, we'll see. We'll
until we
see.
make
It's
our
going to be
predictions for
interesting, him
Paris.
versus Felix. Who do you think's going to win that one?
I would give a slight edge to Felix, but Felix has to be playing well to beat this guy. And this guy's confident. This guy's riding high now. He's got nothing to lose.
Well, what was he leading into Shanghai? Like a th like no, like
No, no,
200 in the
I
world.
don't know, like I forget what he was, but something like, 200
He was
something.
like 200 in the world. Now he's sailing in, and if he beats Felix, he's got to be in like top 40 easily
Yeah,
in the world.
yeah.
Um, I mean, what an incredible rise. And you think that main drive was just he made it through that breaking point in that tournament and he has just this newfound
Yeah, now
confidence.
he thinks he can beat anybody. Yeah. We were just talking about that earlier with a quote from Fritz.
Yeah, well, Fritz was saying as a junior, based on his performance, he wasn't necessarily slated to be a professional player. And he said he always had the self-belief that he would make it, almost to a delusional extent.
Yeah. Well, confidence is a big factor because they can all hit the ball.
Yeah.
They can all hit the ball really well. It's just that the lesser players, first of all, aren't as consistent, and then they don't believe everything's going in. I'm sure that Alcaraz, Sinner, Djokovic, I'm sure they believe when they hit a ball, this ball is going in and it's
Oh
going where
yeah,
you want it to
for
go.
sure.
You need that.
Yeah. Um, and now that Vachereau is in at this point, I mean, and he's won Shanghai, he's coming in. Alcaraz just got beat by Nori. Um, are we looking at, something opening up here? And it doesn't seem like Sinner and Alcaraz are above like they were. Seems like there's some new wave of some challengers coming up.
I still think that they're up there. They're in a class by themselves, I still think. Although still can be beaten. I mean, any
Yeah,
of these guys, no matter how good. Remember Djokovic losing to some inferior guys on a given day, especially 2 out of 3 sets.
right,
A lot harder to beat these guys in best of five.
right.
Okay, so prediction for Paris.
My prediction for Paris. Hmm. Well, let me see the look. It's hard to bet against Sinner.
But here's the interesting thing. I mean, I think it's a given Sinner's everybody's top pick. But here's the thing. Okay, so they're in the quarterfinals, 8 guys left. Pick a dark horse.
Medvedev.
That's who I was going to pick.
Yeah,
Medvedev.
why
Now,
not?
Medvedev, you don't know what he's going to do. He loses a set to everybody now, but he's now squeaking these matches out, and he's capable. So I
Yep.
don't know who else you could put in there. Djokovic, no. Is Djokovic in this? He's
No,
not. Yeah,
no, he's not. He's
yeah,
taking his time. He's taking his rest. He's
yeah.
at that age where he needs to rest.
Yeah, which we'll talk about shortly.
Yeah.
Um, I don't know who else I'd pick as a dark horse. I mean,
Vachereau.
Zverev, is he a dark horse?
I don't think so. He's third. Ranked third.
Matter, everybody's a dark horse if you're not picking Sinner.
Sure.
Vachereau,
I mean, yeah,
but it
that's
would,
true.
sh- it
Everybody's a
would,
dark
yeah,
horse.
it would shock me if Vachereau won this one.
Well, then everyone's going to be
Well,
talking
he only
about.
has to win 3 matches.
Yeah, but look who he has to beat.
Well, Felix he can beat. I still think Felix has the edge, but he can beat Felix.
Yeah.
And then who does he play? Is he in Sinner's half?
I'm not sure actually, based on what I'm looking here on Google. I'd have to go on the, let's see, ATP Tour. Okay. No. And then Vassar would play the winner of Bublik and Diminar.
Well, he could possibly beat those guys. Then
This
he
is a
has to
guy who you
close
had
out a
no
win over
faith in
Sinner
after.
somehow.
Pardon?
It is possible. It is possible.
Meh.
I've never even seen. Have you seen Vachereau play?
Yeah, of course.
I haven't seen him. What's his style? Is he a big hitter? Is he
Yeah, he's a
fast?
big hitter. He's fast. He reminds me kind of Diminar.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Anyways, actually, here's another dark horse. Demonars do.
all of them. Like you said, if you're not picking Sinner, all of them are dark
Everybody's a
horses.
dark horse. That's true.
Yeah, yeah.
Just Medvedev has a history. He is a former number one
Yeah, but I mean, former,
lately.
former. I mean,
Yeah.
he's had a slump, but he seems to have kind of like a new focus. I think a lot of this, like we're seeing with Vashro, a lot of it's like just the confidence. These guys have to find the right rhythm, find the right, people around them. Sometimes it's easy,
You know,
it's just finding a good state of mind and they can get, through it.
sometimes you forget that Medvedev's only, what is he, 27 or 28?
Yeah.
He's a young guy too. You always think of him, like when you look at him, that he's like in his 30s,
Yeah, because he's
but
got
he's
that
not.
older appearance. I mean, yeah, Medvedev's, Zverev's what, like 26, something like that?
Hmm.
25?
They're all in there. They're all under 30.
Yeah.
Anyway. Okay, so we got our winner. We have our dark horses.
Zverev's 28.
Zverev, can you believe that Zverev, how old's Medvedev? Is he 27 or 28?
Um, Medvedev is 29.
29, so he's a little older. Yeah. So, anyways, we got our. So both picking Medvedev as the dark horse, both picking Sinner to win.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay, now what's next? Final eight?
Yeah. Final eight, where we have some people, who are trying to break into these last spots.
So if Felix wins another round, would he be in?
I'm not sure.
Yeah. I
Let's
think
ask.
both him and Dimon are on the edge, right?
Yeah, I forgot what the breakdown was, but him and Diminar and
They
Rude.
could catch up depending on how they do in this
Well,
tournament.
Diminar's sixth. Diminar's already in the mix there, but
There's
he's not
another guy that's
guaranteed. Let's see who has clinched the top eight ATP for year-end finals. Okay, so there's one, two, three, seven. It's only the eighth spot. So it's between Musetti, Rude, and Felix, I think. Who's going to be the eighth spot?
okay. So is it the person in those three that make it farther in this tournament that's going to be in?
Yeah, Felix.
Yeah, I think Felix will be in. Yep. And then we have the women. That's done already. The top eight are done.
Do you care about the ATP finals?
No,
No, I don't like
I
it.
think we've discussed this before. I don't care. For me, these are exhibitions.
Yeah.
They have to. I love the Grand Slams and I love the Masters. But beyond that, I mean, and we're going to talk about that soon too, about the schedule. But no, I don't care. I didn't care about that tournament in Saudi Arabia, and I don't care about this one.
Yeah. It should be, but it's a money thing. If there's money in the Tour Finals, Laver Cup, um, you know, Saudi Arabia Six Kings Slam, and
Here's the
all
thing.
that, I mean, why not?
Here's the thing with these tournaments, regular tournaments. You got to fight your way through 7 rounds to win it,
Right.
basically, 6 or 7 rounds. So here they go in, they play a couple of matches, I think 3 matches or 4 matches tops to win this one. Saudi Arabia was fewer matches. Anyway, so it's tennis, so I still like it, but do I care about it that much? No. It's just like I can equate that to baseball. I love all sports, but baseball is my least favorite to watch. So
Right.
it, it's slow. There's not a lot of action.
Yep.
I mean, I can see. I have friends who just know every stat and they love every pitch. One of my friends who loves baseball, that game that Raptors won, that LA won in 18 innings, 6 hours and 39 minutes.
Yep.
You didn't watch the whole game, did you? He goes, every pitch.
Wow. Yeah.
They're into it. So what I'm saying is that even though, I won't watch a baseball game for the whole season, now I'm interested in it because now it's gotten to the finals. Same with
Yeah.
hockey, basically. I just like the Stanley Cup finals.
Right.
Uh,
But you're
however,
not
tennis,
watching regular
however,
season
tennis I
games.
like from the first round.
Yeah. Yeah.
Anyways, there it is. Um, okay, shall we talk about the schedule?
Yeah, for sure. I mean, we
Issue
have
with the
this new
schedule?
Masters tournament in Riyadh, Saudi Arabia, and you know, there's some players, rightfully so, up in arms about it that they're extending the schedule, um, and a schedule that they believe is already too long.
But here's the thing that I don't understand. Maybe you can help me here. How many tournaments do they have to play? Like, I guess it's according to what their contract is. Like, let's say uh, Dunlop is paying somebody $10 million. I'm sure you can't skip the Grand Slams. But do you know how many they have to play?
Let me see.
They're complaining about a long schedule, but if they don't have to play all those matches, doesn't matter what the schedule is.
Um, 19. They have to play 19. They have to play a Grand Slam if they qualify. They have to play 8 Masters, which I believe is all of them. And they have to play at least 7 ATP 500s, 250s, Challenger, or Davis Cup.
Okay, so
And so that equals 19 tournaments per year,
okay, so 19 tournaments. Um, Grand Slams are 2 weeks.
2 weeks. So
Are
that's
any other tournaments 2 weeks? I don't think
no,
so.
but there's a few Masters that are 10 days now.
Okay. So you
How
say, okay,
many total days playing is that per year? Let's
so
see.
that's probably half the year.
That's by the way, that's if they get through the whole tournament.
Correct. So the winner of those tournaments are going to have to play 26 weeks out of the year. But
Right.
but there's only one winner and four semifinalists.
Yeah.
A lot of those players are playing.
But
I
then you got to take into account travel time.
Yeah,
If
they're
you're
traveling.
traveling that much, and it's not like a team sport. It's not like the NBA, the NFL, NHL. You're not traveling on the team's expense. It's all your expense.
Right.
It's all on you and if you're lucky enough to have an agent like the top guys, they're probably handling the travel. But if you're not, whatever top
Yourself.
50 in the world, you're booking flights, you're booking hotels, you're arranging your luggage. It's like it's tough.
Well, I know guys that were on a tour. They never played in any Grand Slams, but they're trying to make a living on the tour. This was going back many years. And these guys, they didn't eat in good restaurants. They didn't stay in nice hotels. Some of them would stay 3 and 4 in a room in like a secondary hotel. or if they were lucky enough to get put up by other guys
Yeah.
in the town. So, they have it much tougher.
Yeah.
But still, let's say, so, well, and also here's another thing with those guys. The They're required to play 19 tournaments. These guys are not playing 19 tournaments. They're playing every week
Yeah.
because they got to try to make some money.
Right. Right.
So they'll play these lesser tournaments where they have a chance of winning prize money, like $2,000, that kind of thing,
Yeah. Yeah.
but to be able to still play on the tour. Anyway, so what do you think? What do you think? 19 tournaments
And by
required.
the way, I just want to take a quick moment. There is a professional player as well as YouTuber. I like Sean Hodkin. And I
Hmm.
commented on one of his videos, and he said, he'd be happy to arrange at some point to be on the podcast. I think he would be a great guy to kind of illuminate that subject. He's,
Fantastic.
directly
Fantastic.
on the tour, directly experiencing those things. So it'd be
Fantastic.
interesting to compare what you've heard and then what his experience has been.
And you know what else too? That guy, I've seen a couple of his videos with you.
Yeah,
And that guy, you look at him play, it's a beautiful ball.
right.
He's like a really good player. And what's he, like 400 in the world?
Oh no, I don't think he's gotten that high yet, but I think his height, if I'm not mistaken, might have been 800 something in the world.
Yeah. So I mean he's still
And
a
he
good
plays
player.
unbelievably, right?
Still a
I
good player,
believe he
but he
was under 18 British champion.
could be.
I
Yeah,
believe, yeah.
could be. Anyway, so
Well,
this
anyway,
thing,
super interesting guy, and we'd be happy to have him on.
oh, that'd be terrific.
Yeah.
I'd look forward to that. The Anyway, so what they're talking about is okay, 19 weeks, 19 tournaments these guys are required to play. So stretch it out because some of them are 2 weeks. So if you make it far, it could be 26 weeks of play.
Right. That's tough, and then you got 10 weeks off.
You sure it's not easy? Sure it's not
And then
easy.
10 weeks off, but like you got to pack in the travel time. So really, if you're 26 weeks, travel time is probably what? How many additional weeks would you put in for, travel? Because you're trying to arrive at, you're not going home in between
No,
tournaments, right?
but some of these travel times are going from, like Miami to Houston to New Orleans to, so they're not serious travel times.
Right, right.
Not like
But
flying to London and then Saudi
it's a long
Arabia.
season. It's a long season for these
Yeah,
guys.
but nobody's denying that. The question is, how much you have to shorten it by. What are you going to require them to play 15 instead of 19?
So when's the Australian Open?
January.
Okay, so they're going strong now. So the Saudi Arabia tournament, I think, is going to be at the tail end of the season. So the season's going to be extended into, I don't know the exact. I think it goes into December basically.
Maybe the beginning of December.
Yeah, something like that. So you have like less than 2 months off. I think, every other sport they have a decent off season where, athletes can, take some vacation time, recover, spend time with family, etc., not have to travel and play, and then come back to, your on season as a professional athlete. I don't think, those it shouldn't be, just an addition. I think a lot of the players are saying use this now, use this money that you've gotten from the Saudis to have their masters, use this money and buy back some time during the year so that athletes can make up for now this even longer season. It shouldn't be even longer when there's already an uproar about the length of the season. So I believe that, Zverev commented on the top players are going to be, up in arms if they don't buy back time during this calendar year. And I believe it. I don't think athletes will stand for it anymore.
Why question extending these tournaments from 1 week to 10 days? That's what I would question. That's what I would not do.
Money,
Yeah.
money,
Money, exactly,
more
exactly.
people in the draw.
Yeah.
It's and then you go back to how much should the players be earning off of tournaments? You know, there's
I don't know. It's like any business though. Okay, so if I'm a salesman for, I don't know, some big company that's making a fortune, and I'm getting 10% of my sales, and the company's getting 90%. I can't go to the company that I work for, and that company is saying, um, okay, you're getting 10%, you sell a lot of stuff, you make a lot of money. And they're saying, well, look, you're making 90, I should get 20. It doesn't work that
Bax,
way.
sorry, Baxter wants to come in. We're back.
Yeah. Baxter's a beautiful
He's
dog.
kind of squealing.
Yeah, maybe
Should he
we'll
make
show
an
him.
appearance?
Is he squealing?
He was because he wanted to come in. He's on the ground. So maybe
Okay.
I'll post a picture of Baxter on
Yeah,
our
good,
things on our
good idea.
Instagram so they can see what he looks like.
Anyway, so bottom line, what would you propose if you were running the thing?
If I was running the thing, I think another Masters is a great idea. I'm all for more big tournaments, less smaller tournaments, because after all, you want the best, the best competition for the most, points, prize money, etc. Um, so I'm all for the addition, but they have to use it to buy back some of these smaller tournaments, some of these 250 level events. If buy back that time, and these tournaments can can use that money and I don't know what, it just you can't have this many, they can go down to challenger tournaments.
How about distributing the money a little better? In other words, if a guy's making 5 million for winning something, I don't think he has to go to 6 million. I think 5 million is a nice little payday.
Yeah,
I think, but you could pay more to the guys who lose in the first and second rounds
right.
because they're struggling. They're all struggling.
They're all struggling. Yeah,
So give them a little more. But, where's the money used that the tournament makes? I mean, a lot of it goes back to development because that, for example, most of the income from uh, for Tennis Canada comes from the Canadian Open,
yeah,
where they get their money. So now you'd be taking away money from them.
right, right.
They use it for junior development and some other things, some travel and stuff.
Yeah, yeah.
Anyway, difficult question, but I for sure one thing I would do is shorten that 10 days back to a week.
Yeah, it doesn't have to be 10 days. I think
No.
10 days is, it's been a week for years and it's been just fine. You
And
know,
you had a good point, which I
or if
agree.
they're going to make it 10 days, then use that money and buy back more. Like, I'm all for extending masters, more big tournaments, and buy back the small tournaments.
The thing is too, and you made a very valid point that not a lot of guys are going to make it through the full week or the full 2 weeks. A lot of guys are out in 2, 3, 4 days, even good players.
Yeah.
They get some rest, or they practice or whatever they want to do. Anyways, okay, we've solved that one. That was
Yeah, all solved, right?
that was excellent.
Yeah, and then we got the women's finals coming up too. We got the usual suspects, Swiatek, Sabalenka, Coco, and we have, I actually don't know I believe those three are cemented.
I think they're all
Um,
cemented pretty well.
are they
Yeah.
all cemented in the women's?
Well, Paolini just made it in, and Madison Keys just made it in.
Okay.
But yeah, Anisimova, she's in.
And Samova's in, yeah.
Coco's in, and we're missing one or two.
Rebecca,
Yeah, we're missing one or two. So
Rebecca and Pegula.
that's it. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
So I mean, I would have to put my money on Sabalenka. It's hard courts, right?
Um,
Hard courts, I think.
yeah, the men's are in Turin. Where are the women's?
I don't know. We should know that, but we don't.
Oh, back
Saudi
in
Arabia,
Riyadh.
right?
It's in
Huh?
Riyadh.
Saudi Arabia.
Yeah, boy, Saudi Arabia is becoming a real player.
They are in
Well,
everything. They are in boxing. They put it. They put a
golf,
ton of money into soccer in Saudi Arabia.
soccer and golf, and it's great. It's great.
Horse racing.
They're Saudi Arabia is really like one of the more westernized
Yeah.
Middle Eastern
They
countries
have
now.
the money. So if they want to, if they want to create a good soccer team, they can buy a whole bunch of great players and the best coaches, etc.
Yeah,
So
but also, they're not going to go to place that's not nice. That from what I've heard about Saudi Arabia is that, it's a very welcoming kind of more diverse
Mhm.
Middle Eastern country, more westernized than some of its neighbors. And so I think it still is a bit of a different culture, but I also think that, they're very welcoming and appreciative of this, of, the players from all over the world
Yeah,
and
for sure.
treating them with open arms. I thought
So
was
I gotta, so
just
I
great, their
go,
enthusiasm.
so I go Sabalenka, but I think Coco's got a chance because she's great on hard courts.
Yeah,
And that's those are the only two I would say. And Nissimova, I guess, if she plays hot, has a chance.
yeah.
Swiatek's not going to do it. I don't trust her anymore.
She's too erratic now.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
She's hot and cold. I mean,
But she's still number two in the world.
she goes from winning Wimbledon easily on grass, and then doesn't do well in the French Open on clay, which is
By the
just
way, what do you think about this for speaking of surfaces and how the game's changing? What do you think about this doing this for next time? Is looking at, some of the ways tennis has changed decade over decade. Like let's watch like we can compare. We could actually do it by the Grand Slams to look at the court surfaces, but we could have like, okay, we're gonna watch Wimbledon finals from the 1970s, some clips. And then we're going to watch Wimbledon finals from the 80s, a few clips, 90s, and we're going to try to see,
that's
like
interesting.
what's changing decade by decade in the rackets, the strategy, the gameplay, like what are we noticing
Yeah. The
as the
court
decades
surface.
go by? Yeah, court
You
surface.
just throw something out at you, like the French Open court surface. The balls are bouncing higher.
Yeah. I mean, that would be very interesting to compare.
Yeah, it would be. It
I
would
think
be.
that would be a good,
By the
good.
way, if any viewers have a suggestion as to a topic they would like to see discussed, we're happy to give our opinions.
Oh, for sure. For sure. All right. We'll wrap it there.
Yep, I think so. I think that was good.
Yeah.
Um, well, is that
Okay,
called
so
blowing
Dad,
your
I
own
know,
horn?
wait. We were trying to get this at the beginning, and I wanted to record it. I thought we should have recorded it. So if you want to give people where they can find this podcast, what are you going to say to them?
Mike and Chet's Ultimate Tennis Podcast.
Yeah, but what should they do?
You go to YouTube and you type that in. It should come up. Is that correct?
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
right.
Very good.
Or you
Very,
can
I had to
follow us
struggle with that, but I
follow
got
us
it
on
out.
Instagram at Ultimate Tennis Training.
Yeah, perfect.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay,
And
very good.
and by the way, guys, we have a new website, a new Ultimate Tennis Training website. I revamped it, so I'll put that in the description down below, and you guys can go check that out. Some of where to contact me, where to contact my dad if you're in Toronto and want to train with him. He'd be happy to, and if you're in Waterloo and want to train with me, I'd be happy to. Like, comment, subscribe, and thank you very much for watching. Mike and Chet's Ultimate Tennis Podcast.
Beautiful.
What
Are we
should
going
we
to
do?
show
Go
we're
ahead.
going to show Baxter?
I'll post them on Instagram so they
Okay,
see.
perfect.
What do you
Perfect.
think we should do for episode numbering, though? Is this episode 13, even though it's a new podcast
Yes,
name?
still episode 13.
Still
Just
episode
by
13.
another name, but it's still
Okay, still
still
episode
us.
13, guys. Going strong.
Good.
Okay. Tune in next time for episode 14.
Yeah. Bye, everybody.
All right, take care.